Many countries have. They've ripped us off left and right. But now it's our turn to do the ripping.
104% tariffs on China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%.
Because they are the worst offenders in the international trading system. And I can tell you that this escalation is a loser for them.
The government cheats and steals, and Xi can only stay the supreme leader if people are employed. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall now.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. How about today? Probably if it wasn't for the glue, my face would have been ripped off. My computers literally blew up. Because I have automated trading, all I'm hearing is ping, 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 ping. So I had my wife take a picture of me. This is me. I lost all my hair because of the fire. This is green screen. Also, if you want a hands-off approach on trading, I have a solution. My new course on how to click it and forget it. And I'm putting everything on the line on this one. This is officially the best course I've ever launched, putting it all online. This is all I got. You got it all. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent isn't backing down. He said delisting. Look at this. This is an all-out war with China. Chinese stocks from American exchanges is firmly on the table. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, this is war. You delist a company, you want to see sell-off? Right now, I feel like I'm trading crypto, but in major indices. But let me just catch my breath for a second. All right, we got some things going on. Number one, this is a war on China. However you want to look at it. Have you seen the bond market? The 10-year yield is doing the complete opposite of what it's supposed to. Now, Bessent's like, oh no, has nothing to do with that. And I'm going to give that one a no. That's one. Number two, we are in a recession. Okay, it hasn't been claimed yet, but just let's pretend. What's going to happen is we're not going to buy, and it's all over right now. It's all in the numbers. We have tightened the belts. We are laying off. We're telling people you're going to get laid off. People are now beginning to save. Congratulations on that. Took you a little time, but it's okay. You came around. And we are not buying products. I know China's hurting right now. Manufacturers in China. I have a lot of friends because I have a course on it. People are selling all the time. To you, they have China. Put little Johnny Bravo sunglasses on, and then they sell it to you. They are begging for business. Over the last year, they're starving. I make you good deal. You have no business. Also, can we just give a hand clap to Marjorie Taylor Greene for making multiple stock purchases, including Apple and Amazon a few days ago? When there was the rumor of the pause, could she possibly have known? So can you subscribe if you want balance? I call out everyone. I don't care. No dog in this fight. This is Trump's recession, not mine. That's what the CEOs are saying. That's what everyone's saying. And at the end of the day, however you slice and dice this thing, recession, unless you want to rename it to a depression. Can we just come over here and take a look at this? Jeez. 11, the NASDAQ. Again, when I'm filming, it's like, okay, computer, you do the work. But here we go. The charts once again predicted this move. You guys should be entering now. This is if you're trading on the 4-hour. I said this is what's going to happen. It's going to come down into this zone. I could make it darker, but I don't have time. But for you, I have time. Okay, you come into this. This is called my Bravo zone. It's like we're underwater. And when you come into this zone, you got to get out of it. See, like Shamu over there, you pop out. So you had a 7, 8, 9 didn't come up. Boom, put in a buy. You filled the gap. That's one. That's two promises. There's 3. Filling a gap 4. Now where are we going? Well, that would be we have one more gap to fill right here. You're going to go up to this yellow line. You are going to get your head hit on that and get rejected. And then your bear market course comes in handy. But these are the things we do over and over. Repeat, rinse, repeat. Money. Paper trading, though, not financial advice. It is also nice to have it just click it, forget it, and it's like, oh, it knew. So we still have one more gap to fill. I'll go ahead and move that up there for you so you can see it right there. There we go. And then we're done. And then we wait for the next setup. Isn't it so interesting? Once again, the charts predicts the Scott Bessents.
And we saw the successful negotiating strategy that President Trump implemented a week ago today. It has brought more than 75 countries forward to negotiate. It took great courage for him to stay the course until this moment. And what we have ended up with here, as I told everyone a week ago, in this very spot, do not retaliate and you will be rewarded. So every country in the world who wants to come and negotiate, we are willing to hear you. We're going to go down to a 10% baseline tariff for them, and China will be raised to 125 due to their insistence on escalation.
Just like that, the wars continue, the computers continue to burn down. Hopefully, you continue to make money and you didn't just get your face ripped off by like, I'm going to short this naked. At least have the computers help you based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets. I am hereby raising the stakes. Don is going all in. The tariff changed to China by the United States of America to 125%. Just like that, poof, 4 trillion. This is in minutes. What? So by the way, these movements that are happening in the market, in the charts, this is exactly Great Depression, also known as it rivals the Great Depression. These swings, never seen before. So the Don trolled you a little bit. He gave you a little insider information. Donald J. Trump, this is the real one. This is a great time to buy DJT. And if you would have listened to the orange guy, you'd be up over 20%. That is for the win. Man, I wonder if he knew something. We're now going to be hanging on his words like Elon. Are you going to say Doge? Just mention Doge one time. If you have a moment, let me also go over what we just witnessed as traders. We just witnessed one of the largest intraday S&P 500, tradable symbol SPY. And if you trade options, which you have my options course, gains in history. All it takes is just one contract exactly 4 hours ago. The ETF SPY, which I just told you, calls zero. I have to explain it. Days to expiration, 0. It's now. That's it. Good luck. Oh, and I just smashed my keyboard onto the next story. Now the TV wants CNN. Okay, but I like Kevin. Kevin's okay. This guy's a hardball. Anyways, you hold one contract. I don't know where it went. It's worth basically a bag of gold. Breaking news. Let's listen to Kevin. This guy's going nuts.
104% tariffs in China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it, and sell it back here. Nobody has taken on China yet, not the Europeans, no administration for decades. As someone who actually does business there, I've had enough. I speak for millions of Americans who have IP that have been stolen by the Chinese. 400% tariffs tomorrow morning. He'll tell you why. Xi can only stay the supreme leader if people are employed. If we wipe out any business there, because we are still 39% of all consumables on Earth and 25% of the world's GDP, America is the #1 economy on Earth with all the cards. We will not have that forever. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall now.
I cannot agree with Kevin more. He's 100% right. I had a course dealing with China. Actually created 2 courses dealing with China. One of them, which my high school kids were making $10,000 a month. And I created a course on how to do that, which doesn't beat the kid that made $400 million. His name was Jake, and he sold Movement watches. Anywho, that's when you create something and you sell it to them. So the them would be you. This course was this easy. You would go to a coupon website and get a code. You would then take that code, go to Amazon, plug the code in, get this where it says $20 for free. This would then be sent to your house and you're like, what do I do with it? You would then list it back on Amazon for $19. Poof, you just made $19. course worked for about a year or so until the Chinese, as we're competing against their product that we just bought from them, we're doing it for $1 cheaper, would say, this is fraud, it's fake. And then Amazon would go, oh, it's fake. Even if you had the receipts and everything, your account got banned. That's when I had to create course number 2, where I'm like, we're gonna manufacture this. Make 10x what we were doing just flipping stuff. I mean, for a high school kid making 10 grand a month, it was nice. That, sell candy, they were making about $140 a day. And it was a good time to be in Mr. Bravo's classroom. And if for some reason you popped onto this channel, can you hit subscribe? YouTube no like me. It's like the administration in high schools. They didn't like me either. Because I would say things like, sell candy at school, but you're going against school policy. Because the school is the only ones allowed to sell the candy. Had a monopoly on drug dealing. And the ASB cartel can be vicious. But I am okay with coming after China. Good. We need to like level this thing. I think Trump is the only president you will ever see in your lifetime that will go after them. And if you're someone who uses the word fair, that's not fair. I really don't use that word. China, not fair. They don't play by the rules. They will rip you off 9 days to sunshine. I don't know if that's even a thing. Like where you produce this, you have them manufacture it and they're like, oh, well, since we're manufacturing it, hey, we'll sell it. I'm like, yo, you're selling my product. I have it copyright, trademarked, all the bells and whistles. And they're like, pound sand. Well, then what I had to do was manufacture a product here, get stuff over here, send it to my house, put it together so they can't figure it out. One of my products, they're like, what is this? I'm like, if you only knew. Because once you do know, you're going to steal it. But let's take a listen in to Scott.
I think it's unfortunate that the Chinese actually don't want to come and negotiate because they are the worst offenders in the international trading system. They have the most imbalanced economy in the history of the modern world. And I can tell you that this escalation is a loser for them. That they have some very smart, the economists, the academicians, technocrats within their bureaucracy, and they would be telling the leadership that we do not have the edge here. They are the surplus country, that their exports to the U.S. are 5 times our exports to China. So they can raise their tariffs, but so what?
But me personally, I think this is a good line in the sand to draw. If you want to fight China, let's fight. This is a good battle, and we already know what's going to happen. Yuan falls to 2007 lows, and saw this one coming. As tariff on China kicks in, they're going to devalue. The people are going to starve in the streets. She won't care. Going to dump our bonds, causing the yields to skyrocket, which that's probably not good. And another way of looking at this, the market broke. This should be frightening. Also, if you are one of those that followed my lead and you bought TLT, hey, we're still underwater forever. This TLT actually follows the 10-year. Which, if you want to know where we're going with that, just turn on the charts. This is on the 4-hour. Purple sells off 789, bounce, purple. See, it on everything. You pull it, that's the 200, 789, sells off. Here we go. We're going to take a run at the 200 again. But we're under it. I like to use that as my line in the sand. That's like bear market, above it, bull market. And I know we just had a big pop today, so everyone's like, it's all clear. We're good. No, Bradley, you're under the 200. And it does not erase the big picture of where we are at globally. How's our economy? Let's listen in.
About the environment right now in terms of loan demand, in terms of defaults, because while all of this is happening, you've got, for example, your economics team predicting a recession this year, and you've got corporations saying, I'm cutting back on spending and investing right now.
Yeah, so normally I don't pay that much attention to anecdotes.
You know what? I would like to answer a question when my wife's like, why didn't you take the trash out, take the dog out? He pooped in the house. Why didn't you this, that, and the other thing? You're like, well, I really don't pay attention to anecdotes. If you're like, what the Hades is an anecdote? Well, it's a failed first pizza attempt. It's boarding the wrong bus. You got on the short bus, Dave. When you got on it, you dropped the birthday cake and you didn't have your helmet on. But with that, love you guys. See you tomorrow.